I'm not there right now. Hey guys, welcome back to Evolving Mail. So today I'm going to teach you how to reprogram a brand new key fob if you only have one. We're in a Dodge Ram 1500. It's a 2016. It's got the little plastic key things here that just plug into the dash. He only has one. He bought two for $25 on Amazon. These go for $175 thereabouts at the dealer. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the JScan app. And the first thing we got to do is you have to have an ODB connector. I'm using the iCar Pro, and that's about $25 on Amazon. We're going to plug this in underneath the dash to the ODB port right down here. Plugs in here somehow. Plug it in just like that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put the good key in the dash, and we're going to go to the run. Make sure everything's off. We're going to open up the ODB scan app. We're going to go in here and hit, for this vehicle, we're going to hit RAM. We're going to find the one that works. In this case, it's the Ram DS 1500. It's 2013 to 2021. We're going to go ahead and hit that. First time you do this, you're going to have to go into the Bluetooth mode, and you're going to have to pair to the ODB adapter. Once you pair it, you go back to the app, go in here, and you're going to see Android V-Link. If you're using an iPhone, it'll say iPhone V-Link or Apple V-Link or something. So you're going to hit that. It's going to go through. Okay, we're going to go to, first time you do it, it's going to come up and it's going to say you have to buy a VIN. So what you got to do is keep it in the run mode. Go in there. The VIN's $24.99 per VIN. You're just going to buy it. There, that's done, right? App's free. You got to, each vehicle you do, you have to have a VIN downloaded. So we already did that, and we're going to go to adaptation. Once we get to adaptation, we're going to go down here, go down the list, and you're going to see radio frequency hub settings, and it says radio frequency hub dash replace slash key programming. Going to go into key programming, and we're going to go down here, and it says pin reading beta. So it's a little funky sometimes because it is in beta. So when you get here, it says current value read from ECU unknown, target value. There's a drop down box. We're going to say pin Dodge Ram. There's ones here for the Challenger, Charger, Chrysler 300, Journey, and Viper. But we're going to go Dodge Ram, and then we're going to hit go. It's going to go ahead and it's going to read the pin, and it says hit OK. And the pin is 49-9. It's 49 and there's a space 19, but we're going to forget the space. So when you put it in, you're just going to put in 4 digits. So we're going to go back. Then right above where you read the pin, there's ignition key programming, RFH transponder, and then there's a pass keyless. So this isn't keyless. You do have to put the key in. So we're going to hit the transponder one. That's going to come up. It says start learning learning transponder mode. Hit go. Make sure that there are no wireless devices, notebooks, scan tools, whatever, right? We're gonna hit go. And it says use this function to program the fobic or S when whatever has been, it's going to tell you a bunch of crap, right? So we're just going to hit go, and it says place the start switch ignition lock into the off state. We had it in run to read the pin. Now we're going to go to off, and we're going to hit go. So it's reading. It says enter the pin. That's the number we just got. So 49. Remember, no space. 4919. It's going to be different on every vehicle. We're going to hit go. It's going to come up. It's going to come up, and it says the key fob should be in the vehicle near the center console. So just have it down here somewhere in this general area. Okay. Near the center console. When the unlock button is pressed and remain there until it is programmed. Okay, so don't do nothing yet. Just hit go. And it says have the fobic ready to be programmed, readily available in your hands. Once you continue, you need to get into the vehicle if you're not already there and press the unlock button within 30 seconds. So there's the unlock button. We got it in the area. You got our finger on the unlock button. We're going to hit go, and we're going to hit the unlock button, and then we're going to hit go. So it says waiting 7 seconds. Program. And it says this right here says programming of ignition fobic is not needed because we did program this key already. But what it'll do, if it's not programmed, it'll come up and it'll say passed. Now, the first one we did said pass, and it was fine. Then on this key, when we did it, it kept telling us that it failed. And I finally said, to hell with it, I'm going to just take it out. I'm going to take it out and try and put it in. And when I put it in and turned the key, it started up. So I had to do it 2 times to get it that way. The most important thing about this whole thing is you need to do everything in the process. If you put the key in there and turn it and it doesn't work, go back and try the whole process again, start from scratch. And I did that, I think, 2 or 3 times on the second key, and it said failed every time. But when I put it in, it worked. So I really don't know what that was about. The first key said pass, the second key said failed, but it worked. So same process, we just didn't get it on camera the first time. So I was kind of recreating it. But it worked fine. You can hit go, it says done. You got a key that works, unlock. So everything works. It's very easy. It's the same process with the key, same process basically with the wireless key. Same process with the little key fob thing. It doesn't have a key going into the ignition, but it works seamlessly. This was super easy. This was even easier than I did it on the JK, because the whole process there was in beta mode. The only thing on beta mode now is the pin reading, and that never gave me a problem with the JK, but it gave me a little bit of problem just teaching the key. But you just have to keep trying it. If it doesn't work, try it a couple times, and if all else fails, just stick it in there. Even if it says fail, put it in there and try to turn the key and run. But the first time I did it, when I put the key in, I turned it to run, it waited a second and then it started up. So it was programmed, but for whatever reason, it wasn't getting back to the app that it was working fine. So we programmed 2 keys for $25 for the VIN and $25 for 2 keys, so $50 total. This would have been $350 at the dealer, plus a whole lot of time off work, time sitting there, time waiting. They work just fine. Now there is a key inside of this somewhere. I think these have a key built in. That key, if you want to get this cut, you have to take your original key. The best place I found to do it is take it to a mom and pop. Ace Hardware are usually pretty good about doing it for you. I've never had a problem. I take it to an Ace, and they always do it for me because they're mom and pop. You go to Lowe's or Home Depot, and they got some stupid machine that doesn't want to work. If you take it to a mom and pop, they can cut it just fine, and it works fine, and you'll have a cut key. You don't really need it unless you lock yourself out or whatever, unless your key fob battery dies. But that's how you do it. I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for checking me out. As always, please hit that like and subscribe. Got a lot of people watching videos, and like 8% of those people are actually subscribed. So just please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me a lot. Please check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Evolving Male. And as always, guys, I appreciate it. Peace out.